Now in this video, I'm going to share with you guys 5 of my favorite ETFs that all offer a ton of income potential and at least as of right now, as of filming the video, are all below $25 per share. Now just because a stock or ETF is less than $25 per share doesn't of course mean that it's a good buying opportunity necessarily, but when stocks or ETFs are a little bit cheaper, the idea of accumulating more and more shares for a relatively small amount of money is of course appealing. Now, every single one of these 5 ETFs are currently in my portfolio as of right now, and even though these ETFs might not be my favorite across the entire market, I do hold on to all of them and like them all for different reasons. So if you want to see which 5 high yield ETFs are all below $25 per share as of right now, and dig into each of the ETFs with me, then make sure to stick around, drop a link down below, and let's get right into it. My A to Z dividend investing ebook has helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker that I'm constantly using here on the channel has also helped so many investors stay on track and allow them to see their dividend income in real time. Well, today I have another treat for you guys. I'm not only going to offer you my A to Z dividend investing ebook and the custom dividend tracker, but also just for a short limited time, I'm going to be adding in my brand new weekly dividend blueprint ebook to show you how you can get started with weekly dividend ETFs and add this into your investing strategy. This offer is not going to last long, so go ahead and click the first link down below in my description, and you're going to get both ebooks and the custom dividend tracker bundle. But like I said, please act fast because this won't be around for long. Now let's get back into the video. The first ETF that is currently $19.20 per share as a filament is the Vista Shares Target 15 Berkshire Select Income ETF. Now, ticker symbol OMAH or OMAH, the Vista Shares Target 15 Berkshire Select Income ETF is one of my newer favorite holdings. I've been buying this one a little bit almost every single day the market's been open since it started trading. Now, this ETF is awesome because it offers high monthly income generation. It offers core equity exposure to some of the top names in Berkshire.B, which we're talking Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway here, so you are getting exposure to some high quality names. Now, with the exposure to some of the BRK.B names, you're also getting exposure to professional option management, which is going to be able to offer you, of course, that 15% yield. It says right here, the fund description, Vista Shares Target 15 Berkshire Select Income ETF or OMAH seeks to provide core equity exposure through a portfolio comprised of Berkshire Hathaway, BRK.B, and its top 20 holdings, while providing high monthly income through an option-based investment strategy targeting a 15% annual yield distributed monthly. Now, like I always say with any ETF, a fund is only as high quality as its holdings. And looking at the top holdings right now, inside this ETF, inside of OMAH, it says Apple makes up the largest weighting. Then we have BRK.B directly. Then we have American Express, we have Coca-Cola, we have Bank of America, we have Chubb, Moody's, we have Kroger, and Chevron. Now, almost exploded over the past few months, almost $300 million in net assets as of filming. And at least so far, this ETF has been paying out monthly distributions, which is currently offering around a 15.07% distribution rate. Now, because OMAH is well under $25 per share, even if you have a budget of, let's say, $100 per week, you can actually acquire a decent amount of shares of OMAH and start getting some income flowing into your portfolio. The next ETF that's well below $25 per share, and another one that I hold on to, is a little bit riskier in my opinion, but I do hold on to some shares and I'm considering adding more if the price is right, is of course MSTY or MISTY, the YieldMax MSTR option income strategy ETF. Now, MISTY is currently $20.64 per share. The ETF is down significantly from all-time highs and is potentially offering a good buying opportunity. Of course, this all depends on how MSTR and Bitcoin and crypto do, etc., etc. Now, MISTY or the YieldMax MSTR option income strategy ETF offers exposure to MSTR, which of course is MicroStrategy, which is tightly correlated to Bitcoin. Now, the distributions for MISTY is what really is selling this ETF, of course, to some more dividend income focused investors. We're talking around $1.50 as of recent, $2.37 before that, $1.33, $1.37, then back a while back, we saw distributions, this is on a monthly basis, upwards of $4.50 per share per month. Now, of course, the risk with MISTY, which offers a distribution rate of over 92% as of right now, is of course the underlying MSTR. If the implied volatility drops off a cliff and or if the underlying loses a lot of value, of course, MISTY is probably going to follow. But as long as crypto stays hot, as long as the implied volatility stays pretty hot with MSTR, I think MISTY can easily pay out at least $1 distribution per share per month and hopefully have little to no NAV decay. Another one of my old school favorites, I have not bought this one in a long time, but still hold on to quite a few shares, is QYLD, the Global X Nasdaq 100 Covered Call ETF. And this ETF costs around $16.50 per share as of right now. It is actually down quite a bit, around 9% year to date. So this ETF, of course, pays a high income amount, around 12% per year, but it has been decaying like crazy over time. But still, as far as total return goes, has offered investors decent annualized returns. Now, QYLD is one of the oldest covered call ETFs that's been trading now and paying distributions for 11 years. Now, I started trading and investing around 9 or so years ago, and I remember reading about QYLD early on. I mean, this ETF was all the craze, all the buzz. This ETF was very, very exciting, especially for investors that wanted to generate consistent income through the use of exposure to the NASDAQ 100, but then through covered call strategy. And like I said, even though this ETF has decayed in price, it still has offered investors a decent total return. It still has offered a positive total return, which definitely does not mean that it's my favorite NASDAQ 100 covered call ETF. There's tons of other ones I like a lot more these days, like you guys know about. But because it does fit with the context of this video, it's well under $25 per share, and it does offer around a 12% yield and NASDAQ 100 exposure. I mean, to be exact, the trailing 12-month distribution rate is actually 14.17%. All to say that QYLD is not the best to do it if we're talking NASDAQ 100 covered call ETFs, in my opinion, but it is one of the first to do it. A few more to go to. The Vista Shares Target 15 USA Quality Income Fund, or QUSA, is also under $25 per share, trading at around $20 per share as of right now. Now, maybe you guys have or have not heard about this one, but I like this ETF a lot so far. Again, it's relatively new, but at least so far, it's offering around a 15% distribution rate, and it offers exposure to high quality companies, large and mid-cap equity exposure focused on high quality companies as defined by the financial metrics such as high profitability, low earnings variability, and low leverage. Now, I've become a really big fan of some of these higher yielding ETFs that buy into a basket of holdings and they utilize the option strategy to offer exposure to some high quality names that you would never be able to squeeze out that sort of yield with without the option overlay. All to say that this ETF is relatively new. It's well under $25 per share. The future looks promising. It's offering around a 15% distribution rate. Definitely worth looking into. Now, the last name that's well under $25 per share, this is one of my guilty pleasures. I always find myself buying a few shares of this one, sort of honestly more of a gamble. I'm talking about COIN, or the YieldMax COIN Option Income Strategy ETF. Now, COIN looks pretty bad on price performance. I don't think that's really a secret. The ETF is down around 31% as far as price return goes, and I'm talking just year to date. But the crazy thing about COIN is, as of right now, it's offering a distribution rate of 106%. Now, are names good to buy into that are going to decay over time, even if they offer massive yields? I mean, of course, to each their own. But the math does still math out here. I mean, COIN's paid investors 73 cents, 65 cents, 43 cents, 59. So even for me personally, I think I own COIN on an average cost of around $11 per share. It's currently trading at around $9 per share, and I've held on a COIN now for several months. So even though I'm down as far as price goes on COIN, if you look at total return, it's not been all that horrible of an investment. Now, in the larger picture, I personally would never make this a large portion of my portfolio. But like I said, I always find myself maybe adding a few shares of it on red days just to lower my cost basis. And at least as of right now, the amount of income generation has been very impressive. So there we have it, guys. Those are 5 different ETFs that are all well below $25 per share as of right now, some more than others. And some of those names are, of course, a little bit more risky than others also. Now, the cool thing about the market is that there's different names across it that are going to offer different things that every single investor more or less is looking for. Now, lastly, most importantly, before I go, I do have a question for you guys down below. Out of the 5 names I shared with you in this video that are all below $25 per share as of right now, what's your number 1 favorite within this list? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like on it and subscribe for more future content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.